Right, hello, this is going to be a video on list view controls. So in the last video, we created a list and it returned from a query. And what we're going to do now is just add that list to, or bind that list to a combo box. Now I've got some errors there. Okay, that's because I need to just delete that line. Do that in a minute. Right, so let's try it again. So if I just click on that, this is coming back items from the list. So I'll quickly show you what that's doing and then we'll move on. So I've got, it's basically this bit of code here. So I've got a list here that I've set up to be var because it just takes on the type that's returned from the Q test here, get query test, that stands for. So that comes back into a list and then we just loop around first name and date of late. So let's have a quick look at that one. So F12 into there. There we go. And you can see there's the SQL. It's got inner join, so it's getting from the late hand students and then it's filling them up. It's creating an object Qt of query test. Those are the fields in query test, and then it adds it to my list. Now, query test is just basically this class here just contains fields. Okay. Right, so what we want to do now is on form 1, create a list box or list view control. So we're going to go to toolbox and I'm going to go list view. So not list box, but list view. List view allows you to have the columns. Okay, so it looks a bit better. Otherwise, you'll have to do them manually. It looks rubbish. Right, so we'll just do two columns. Now you must remember to change view to details. Otherwise, the columns won't exist, or you can't see them. They will exist, but you just can't see them. So just add 2 there, and then you can give it a text if you want to. I would. So I'm just going to get first name, and now because that's text, it doesn't really matter. I could give it a space there. It's not a variable name or anything like that. It's just what it's going to display. And min's late. So it's pretty meaningless, but it's just there. Right, that'll do. Okay, so we can see there those 2 things there. Right, so we've already got a query done, so that's good. So we go to the form load event and then we call our function that doesn't exist yet called display. Okay, that doesn't exist, so let's auto generate that. Okay, now what we're going to do then is get the list. So we've already got code to do that down here. So I'm just going to nick that on the bottom 1 click, and then I'm going to remove the message box code because that doesn't apply anymore. And then what I'm going to do is clear my list box before I display it. So it's LSTV lates, LSTV lates. Now, it's not working because I didn't actually rename it. So let's go and rename that. Probably a good idea. So at the moment it's called list view 1, which is not great. LSTV late. You don't have to prefix it, but it makes a lot of sense because you know it's a list box. So LSTV lates dot items dot clear. Okay, that's good. So what we want to do now is make a list view item. So it's list view item. Okay. No, I'm just going to have it like that. Okay. Now, why is it doing that? List view item equals new. Oh, okay. Yeah, I do want to give it a value. Okay. So what we want to do is new list view item, and then we're going to give it a thing here. So we called it that. And then, so we're going to give it initial one. Now what I'll do is it will create a row in the list box. So I'm going to say item dot first name. There we go. Now everything after that is called a sub item. So LVI, now that's the object that we've just called it, sub items dot add, and then I want to do mins late. Okay. Now it's erroring out there because that's an integer and it's expecting a string, so we just toString that. Okay. Right, so let's just see. So we got for each item in air. So item is an object in the list. Okay. From here, and then we're just simply saying, right, we're declaring a list view item, call it LVI, and then we're adding first names. That creates that will be the first thing in there, or the first column, and then everything after that sub item period order will be in the next one. So we've got mins late. If we did another sub item, we could do another sub item if you wanted to. That would go into the third column. Now what we need to do now is add that item now to our list box. So we can simply say LST lates dot items add and LVI. Okay, so that's adding our list view item. Right, that's it. Let's see if that works. Okay, now it is working. It's just that this form is, there we go. So I've only got two lates in there anyway, so it's Roger and Anne. You can see that that's displayed. All right, so all we do is you get a list, you fill it up with what you want, you clear your list view control, set it up with some columns, you declare a list view item and add an item into the first column. That one will do, and then any sub items are the columns after that. And that's it, simple as that. Goodbye.